Be careful with this next story. After watching and especially listening to the piece, you may have a hard time getting what you hear out of your head, which is exactly what the subject of our Sunday morning spotlight is hoping for. Amanda Becker sits down at the piano with a talented music composer, lyricist, producer, and singer, the Jingle King, Terry Sweet.
Hey boaters, cruise to Jingle Marine.
Breathe well with simple solutions.
Slide, gardens and gifts.
Everybody needs a little sunshine. That's the way I originally wrote it, because I'm thinking spring, sunshine.
In the car, on the couch, you hear them once, and they get stuck in your head like a ballad.
So I was real proud of that campaign.
Terry Sweet is the man behind some of Wisconsin's most successful commercial jingles.
Step up to quality furniture. Step up to Colders. You know, the first time I ever walked into a recording studio when I was about 15 years old, I think the band I was in was going to record a couple of songs. I walked into that studio and every fiber of my being said, this is it for me.
His fingers have been dancing around the piano since he was 7 years old. And at 20, it was a good hook that hooked him.
And they called me up and they said, can you write jingles? And I said, heck yeah, I can write jingles. And they went, well, we've got a project.
It was for Mayfair Mall.
It went, it's one of those days when you gotta get it done, gotta get your shopping done today. And it's one of those days when you need a little help. Count on Mayfair to come through.
So what's the key to composing the perfect jingle over and over again?
How do you know that it's going to catch people and they're going to be singing it all day in their head?
There's no scientific answer for that. There's no way to just quantify and say, okay, I've checked all these boxes. People will remember this.
Maybe it's not a simple formula, but he does take notes.
If you were selling a Mercedes-Benz to a 75-year-old doctor versus selling tennis shoes to a 17-year-old kid, musically, those are different universes. And so you gotta figure out what universe you're in.
And then the music magic happens.
And I kind of turned my brain loose, thinking about that name, that theme line, and somehow it starts attaching itself to a melody that my brain either creates or my muse gives to me, my angel gives to me.
It's worked time and time again. Since the 80s, he's been getting verses stuck in heads. Doing ads for Kellogg's and even the Brewers.
Keep turning up the heat.
They invited him back to throw out the first pitch last September.
All right, Terry.
The last few years, Sweet spent more time in Nashville, working on a full album.
Traveling was a chore, but we had all the love we could carry.
I'm convinced there's a place in the human mind that music reaches, that there's no other road there. That's the only way you can reach that spot in somebody's mind.
But the craft of turning a slogan into a song will never go away.
CBS58.